Danny, I'm just going to kind of make it real quick, rip the Band-Aid off, but I think that I confirmed that moderation thing is what prevented that finance guy from getting in. It is fixed now.
What moderation thing?
Last night, how we were.
I know the problem, but what was the moderation thing?
So the user onboarding, we are checking their user key to see if their user key was banned. User didn't have a user key. It's fixed now.
Okay.
Do not know how many other people were affected because Sentry is cut us off at 3 p.m. yesterday.
How's that possible? We upped all of our
I don't
capacity.
I don't see any new info in Sentry.
Okay.
It says that we're being limited again.
All right.
Do we start a new billing cycle today? I mean it.
Yeah, probably it's the first of the month.
It says that we're still being restricted, but I just want to let you know I tested new user flow and I was able to reproduce what he was running into. I made a fix and I was able to confirm that was working, like as a brand new user, brand new, not a returning.
So do you know what you did that blocked him?
Yes, we're checking for a user key, but the user key does not exist yet.
Right.
So just basically move that code down a few lines and it works.
Yeah, everything has unintended consequences. It's just like almost impossible to avoid.
I mean, look, at my last job, we QA'd stuff for months.
Right, that's normal, but we're a startup. We're trying to race.
Exactly. I know.
So he can use the full finance with Shelby name too, then, right?
Yeah. I found the limit to be like 50 characters for the first name, so that wasn't the problem.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, well, to your credit, you always find it quick and get it resolved quick. So that's good.
Yeah, I hate to throw that wrench in. Literally 5 minutes after, you're like, everything's looking so great. 5-star reviews. I'm like, oh shoot. Pull the Band-Aid.
Yeah, did you guys see that though? The all those reviews.
I saw some pop in up to 490 something. Did we get more?
Well, there's like 10 new reviews since the last time I checked a few days ago. So I think that modal that Ismail got live is doing his job.
I thought it was when we were talking in the investor chat.
No, because that wasn't on a Wednesday.
Well, they take time to show up.
Right. You could see everything there was Wednesday, so I'm assuming it's a lag of almost a week. So like tomorrow we should see some from Thursday.
Okay.
But no, that was when we did that was way more, that was longer ago than Wednesday.
Well, that's great because I mean the good news is if that's working, it'll continue working. So we'll
Exactly. And yeah, there was some from the day before and the day before and the day before. So yeah, I think they'll just keep showing up almost a week behind. But yeah, that's really incredible. I'm surprised our score didn't tick up because that was a lot of 5-star reviews. I feel like it should go to 4.7 by now. I mean, maybe one more and it'll get there.
Let me run a calculation and see.
Okay.
Now we got to work on Android.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's actually maybe Todd or Chantel could verify for us. Has the score ticked up at all on Android? Because we got a ton. If you look at the development channel in Slack, I sent a screenshot of all the 5-star reviews we've been getting for iOS. Can you guys see if there's any new 5-star reviews on Android?
We're at 3.8 on Android. I feel like
No, there are people that have written some 1-stars recently, and they look to be testers, like from Craigslist.
Yeah, I know one guy in particular.
Yeah, I think 2 of them are
so annoying.
Android.
Yeah, well, the good thing is we're in the hundreds of reviews. With this modal, we should get into thousands, and it won't take much. Like that's like with Tech to You, we're at 4.9 stars because we have 4,000 reviews. So it just ends up, you just get so many 5-star reviews that it ends up being like really high 4s.
Right. Yeah. The cross back into the 4s on Android would be great.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Android. But okay, so I guess I don't need to look at I was watching the session replay from yesterday, so I don't need to look at that. So that's the first thing I was going to jump into. We don't need to jump into that. Let's see. Okay. So Ismail, you're not able to make the font red on the modal. I'm pretty sure we've done that before on this. There's a skip button we use that's red. Ismail, are you there?
Hey, I'm here. Sorry, there's just people my house, so it's being a little noisy. But yeah, what's up?
Oh, I got your message. You said that you weren't able to change the font to the red font.
Oh, now with the native modal.
But we do that. Amin did it with a modal where we skip something.
Is it native?
Yes.
Can't hear you. I mean, your voice is far away. I can't hear you. Can anybody hear? Is it just me, or is
No,
No, he's really quiet.
we have 497 ratings now, by the way. There's more in the dashboard that don't show up in the Play Store.
Oh, interesting.
Not the Play Store, the App Store.
I think it just takes time.
Yeah, they're like
So
almost a week lagging. But yeah, did you see what I sent into the development channel? You probably didn't catch. You didn't catch what I first was saying.
I caught some of it, but yeah.
We got a lot of 5-star.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So the modal is working.
Yeah, it's working. Danny saw it on his phone yesterday, and clearly, it's working. It's going great.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's awesome. They're really, really good reviews. Like, back to back to back to back too. It's really cool.
That's great.
Yeah, but yeah. So I mean, you jump back in.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, that's better.
I was saying, yeah, you can change the colors like for the buttons, the yes, no, the action buttons. Those you can change the color. Only to red.
You said so. Let me see here. For me, it's gonna be. I think I was using the alerts. Are you using like a library or something, or using
the native? Like the native, you don't need to use a library. There's the native one.
Yeah, let me see. So we have leave it out. Then is that the one you have? Yeah. So I am using alerts. Is there another native one that you use?
No, are you using alert from React Native?
Alert from React Native, correct.
Yeah, you can change the button color there to red, only to red.
Only to red.
Yeah, it's called destructive. Like that's you give it a type, it's like a destructive type.
Destructive, you said?
Yeah, I mean just do a search with this destructive.
Oh, I saw that. I saw cancel. I put the style as cancel, thinking cancel will turn it red, because we are doing a cancel when we're doing like, yeah, but I guess destructive. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think to test that one. I thought it was I thought cancel would be the right one. But I guess this one is okay. Yeah, if that's the case, I can change that.
Cool. And then yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so let's talk about this a little bit. When it comes to these messages, the only time I show that modal is that if you have a composing topic.
Yeah. And,
that has not been sent yet.
And you're saying there could be more than one.
Yeah, there could potentially be more than one that's not sent. You can queue them up. So what I was thinking is, instead of like just sending it, if the user hits like or if the user hits send, we take them back to that topic so they can see that send button right there, and they'll be looking for it, and then they can send it from there.
Yeah.
Because sending automatically, I mean, well, first of all, if it's multiple topics, we can't send them all. Like, I don't. That'll be very tricky to handle. And if we went, even one would be a little bit tricky. We have to like make sure we collect all that information and we're storing it and then we're sending it. So
I'm gonna try the scenario you said of like having two happening at the same time. I'm doing it right now. So yeah, I created test 1, test 2 in this chat. I see. Now, I still have the option of selecting one or the other one, the first one or the second one that neither has been sent. And when I hit send, it's just going to send one of them, right? It won't send both. Right?
well, right now send does not do a sending action. Like what I have to do is it just takes you back to chat.
No, I meant if I hit the send button on the.
Oh, if you had the send button, it will send one of them. Correct.
It'll send
the
the
one
one
you're on.
Yeah. Okay. Let me play with this for a second. Well, because in that case, interesting. And you don't know if you could send the two at the same time?
Well, we would have to call two different mutations, and they'll have to be whacked. I mean, it can. It's just, I guess, gonna get a little messy.
Yeah. I mean, because this is a super edge case, I suppose it will happen. Because I was going to say maybe.
But then again, they could not know what they just sent because, let's say, if you're not on that topic, right? Like you have it composed, you never sent it, then you switch to a different topic or to main chat, and then you decided to leave.
Yeah, you'd be on the one that you were on most recently. But I was
like,
thinking,
you'd be in main chat, but you'll be sending a topic that has been pre-selected. So the user might even forget that he had something composing, or he might not be, or he thought that he sent it, but he didn't. And then when he
I was thinking that's why the button might, maybe if it said send 2 or send 3.
Or maybe if you click send, it navigates them to the topic that's not sent yet, so they see that send button and tells them, "Hey, that's."
But you're already on the topic with the button when you hit back. So navigating you.
Well, yeah, but you can be also in the main chat or in another topic.
Yeah, you could be in the main chat.
And then you click the lobby. Like, let's say you thought you sent it, or maybe you got a notification. You need to go check it.
Yeah.
So you went to a different topic or the main chat, and then you click to lobby, which is probably going to be the case most of the time because people probably didn't send it because they got busy with something else.
I was thinking we just sent maybe. I don't want to navigate because what if there was 2 that were unsent? Which one would you navigate them to?
The first one.
But that doesn't mean.
And then if they send it and then they go back, it takes them again to the second one after. Like they'll get this modal twice.
I see. Navigating them sounds risky. What do you think's less risky, doing that or having the button say send 2 and then just sending 2 of them?
I'm not sure the send to how that works.
Because you'd have the 2 topics that were unsent.
So the button would say send. Oh, send 2, like 2. Yeah.
Number 2.
See, I don't think that's very. What I'm trying to say is, as a user, I don't think that would be clear. What am I sending? What's the 2 for?
Wait a minute. I have a better idea. This is obvious. Okay. So, why not have it where if you try and do anything, it says leave without sending. So that means hit main chat, hit share button, hit user profile, hit lobby button, any of it brings up the modal. That way you can't do anything without either sending it or leaving. And by leaving, so let's say you hit the share button and you got the modal and it said leave.
So you're saying even if you want to change topics, it'll pop up?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Because
maybe.
no one would go that far without wanting to send it, and unless they definitely did not want to send it.
Correct. But it will not kind of delete it, right? If they just leave.
I would oh, I see. Yeah, like it. Well, can you make it disappear? There's that red X on it.
Yeah, we'll just have to add some logic to get it to work. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll need some logic.
That way there's no possibility of, and that's what we want anyway. We want them to finish that action. Most time the problem has been, I mean, pretty much every time the problem has been they thought they had finished the action.
Because they think the card's on the screen.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah, it will require a little bit of a setup though and a lot of testing.
Okay. That would be the most the least confusing. So that includes the share button. So same thing, if I hit the share button,
So what would the modal say?
same thing it says, leave without sending, question mark.
It's just one button?
Yeah, well, leave and send are your choices.
Well, how about if we just have leave? Like, it was like, do you want to leave without sending? And then maybe it would be leave without sending. The other one would be to send, but the send would take, well, the send would actually send it. Okay, I see.
Yeah, it would send it.
That might not be too bad because we have that information on that screen. Yeah, that might work. It will still require a bit of a setup, but it will work.
Okay. Did you need the back end to help for the send function?
No. It's going to be calling an existing mutation.
Okay. It's a little tricky with the share button because that's a lottie.
With that one, yeah. Well,
so yeah. Do we? Yeah, I guess you'd have to have the lottie should not play. Like you hit the share button and the modal comes up, not the lottie.
Yeah.
And then there's also the camera button. Same thing there. The drawer should not come up. Well, wait a minute. I take that back. That is still part of composing.
Oh yeah, the camera button is still part of the same topic. Yeah, that wouldn't matter.
Yeah, that's part of the compose. So that one's okay. Okay, so really it's changing topics or main chat or lobby or share button.
Yeah.
Then, okay, cool. I'm glad we talked it out. So many edge cases, always something, right? I just got the modal because I forgot I had these here. So that part worked. Todd actually triggered it accidentally yesterday through the natural course of using the app. So
yeah,
it's working. So it's good. It's definitely going to be a major assistance. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll work on that.
Okay. Well, while we're here with you, what else we have going on? I know there were some bugs Todd and Chantel were reporting. How'd those go?
Yeah. So the bugs that Chantal and Todd were reporting, I think I got them all. Now they were just a little tricky because I had one of them was the crash on Android, that critical crash.
Right.
So what was happening is it was the videos. So the way I guess Android handled them is anytime you see videos in the chat, it actually puts them all into memory. So even though they're not playing, they're cached in memory, the full video. So when you have like 4 or 5 videos, and then let's say you go to a topic and you have videos there and you have some in the main chat, all of them will start getting cached.
And this was affecting Android more for some reason?
Yeah, apparently Apple handled that well. Like it had better memory management.
I was wondering if it had something to do with, and not that it matters now, but on Android, you can play the video because of what Ishmael is saying. if it's being cached automatically, you can play the video in its previewed mode as you look at it in the chat on Android.
Before you hit
Yeah.
submit, or just like the little thumbnail.
Yeah, you can watch the video in the thumbnail.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, that won't be the case anymore.
I know, which is fine. I don't care for it. Don't care for it either
Yeah.
way.
Okay.
But I just noticed that was an option.
Yeah. So that's what was happening. It was all getting cache. So if you have a lot of videos, even if you're not playing it, even if you're not sending anything, it had nothing to do with sending or playing. It just had the fact that it exists in the chat and you have multiple of them, and you start moving in the app and using it, it's gonna slow, and eventually crash. So I had to take a whole different approach where what I do now is I take a thumbnail of the video and I display that. I create it and then I display it live. And once you actually click on the video, it would open a modal, which will then load the video. And then once you exit it, it will close the modal, removing the video from memory, and then you just see the thumbnail again.
Okay,
So
great.
it required a lot more work than I initially thought. I spent like a good 4 or 5 hours on it to get it to work properly.
Oh, damn. So
yeah, because I needed to add a new library to get that thumbnail. I need to make sure the thumbnail was properly there, and I need to make sure, when you click on it, it opened. There was just a lot of edge cases I had to cover.
is there a new library for all thumbnail video and image content?
So the library I used, like we have the video player is a component we have it inside a component, and I changed it within the component itself. So all the videos in chat right now.
Okay. Oh yeah, and you switched over to the Expo.
I did not. I wish I wish I could, but it's still not ready yet. I still need work.
Ismail, how does fetching the thumbnail work in your library? I assume it has to download some part of the video to get the thumbnail. Is that right?
It's an Expo library that they have. So the best way to look at it, if you go and see
we could probably get this from Cloudinary, is kind of what I'm going to.
Let me see here how it works exactly. So so I give it the URL of the video to the thumbnail library, and it can generate it, and you can even choose the quality that you want.
What are we doing for our network call though?
It's not doing like it's how it's a link, right? It's a Cloudinary link. The source.
Well, I found a very easy example, Ismail. If you go and you take the Cloudinary URL and you change the extension to JPG, you get your thumbnail. You don't even have to process it. If it's a video, change the extension to JPG, that's your thumbnail.
JPG.
Yeah, like JPEG.
Yeah. Okay, JPG, and it gives me a thumbnail, and I can use that instead of the. Okay, and it'd always be .mp. Like, would it always be the same format at the end?
So whatever. So if it's a video extension, just replace the end of the file, everything after the period, with .jpg.
Correct. What I'm saying is, in order. Oh, okay. I see. Interesting. So that way we don't have to do any extra logic. Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. But yeah, so basically I can do that. I'll give that a shot. So I mean, you can hold off on reviewing the video refactor one.
Okay. Also, like, I heard like you're not using Expo for video. You're using Expo AV for video. Yeah, right?
Correct. And there's an Expo video, but it's not ready yet.
Okay.
Like that one
Also,
is new, but it's they have the documentations for it and everything. But if you try to install it, it's still still not ready.
Also, like when you're talking about like the issue, like multiple instances, I remember like I've seen this issue like before, and the solution you did let's get that worked. Well, like I don't know, like people like the suggest. I'm not sure if it's merged or not, or if it's in this library we use it or not. But like, it was like specifically with Android. If your app like having multiple videos playing, they're all like stuck. Like they're all added. They're not gonna dispose after like you've stopped playing the video. And they did a fix like for it. It's like they did a fix on the Android level, like the native level, where it's like after you stop playing the video, just like get disposed, so you don't care about it.
Mm.
I hope to look it and see where I saw it, because I remember like I read an article explaining all of this, so I'll just need to find that article and I'll send it to you. Maybe it's you can see how that's working for them and if it's gonna work for us.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really care about playing multiple videos because that's not a thing we like support in the chat. It's more like just playing one video at a time. But because they were being, I guess,
I
cached
know,
in that way.
yeah, I know, but like just like playing the video and you scroll and you play another video, that instance you just played, it's there in the memory.
Yeah, but you can't scroll because right now I have it in a modal. So you have to exit the modal, which will unmount it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can start scrolling. If that makes sense.
Okay.
And what you see in chat is just a thumbnail. It's not an actual video.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just an image.
Okay.
So therefore, you won't have like you can't scroll up and have the video actually maybe still mounted or playing because it has to have a modal open, and that modal gets if you want to leave that modal and scroll, you have to close it, which will therefore unmount it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying is useful if we want to have like multiple videos playing, like you know how like in Instagram when you have like a feed, you have videos playing, then that would be super useful. But I guess for our case specifically right now, I don't think we have to worry about it with the new approach. But yeah, you can go ahead and send me the article anyways. I think it'll be interesting to just kind of learn about it for the future. You might need it.
Yeah, maybe maybe we could do something like that in the feed at some point.
Yeah.
Or I mean, we've all been talking forever about having Sircles stories, like Instagram stories or Snapchat stories. I don't know if that makes a difference. Like if the current library would support it.
Probably not the best library for stories.
Yeah.
But I think the new one they're working on is going to be a lot better.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's perfect timing. Maybe when they
Like
work
they
out.
even said that it's going to be an improvement over the Expo AV that we're using.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. Maybe it'll be ready when we're ready.
Yeah. Give some more time.
For sure. Okay. I messaged you about the placeholder image.
Oh yeah, Jerry got that in.
We did. Okay. And it will
Yeah.
match the icon and the compose, like the bigger one and the smaller one on the top will match.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Those
cool.
are in sync. Now, I also fixed the cache for. So when you save something, it didn't update that. It will only not update if you're on somebody's profile and save something from their profile.
I see. Okay.
So what that means is if you're on your profile and save, it will update. Or if you're in Discovery and save, it will update. So I fixed that where it updates in all three places now.
Okay. Good.
Have the PR for that. And then I worked on, let me see what else did I work on. Other than that video, let's see here. Oh yeah, I made those avatars clickable inside the card.
Nice.
So you can navigate somebody's profile.
Yeah.
And let's see what else was on that list. Actually, things working on. Oh yeah, I fixed a custom topic where you can upload an image now on Android and iOS. It will work.
Okay, great.
So basically, all the custom topic problems I fixed that. It was reported yesterday with the team, and I merged the asynchronous upload with our development, because
Yeah.
after that I asked Chantal and Todd if there was any other problems with uploading, and it all seemed to be working.
Yeah, no, yeah, worked great. In fact, we had a video that needed uploading yesterday from a different user, and just wasn't uploading the production version that's in the App Store. But because Danny and I have it on our test phones, the updated version, we had the video sent to us. We logged in with their account and uploaded like instantly. It was super smooth. Everything was really good. So that's kind of saved the day, even though it's not even out publicly yet.
Yeah, there's it's going to be even better with this latest build. Like there was still some bugs here and there that got fixed. So yeah, so what I was planning on working on this morning was the scroll, but I got kind of sidetracked with the other tasks we were talking about this morning.
What about the scroll?
I said I was gonna start on that.
But what about the scroll?
Oh, I said I was gonna start on it, but I didn't because I got sidetracked with the other tasks.
But when you say scroll, is there
that's the one we talked about yesterday with remember if you're typing a long chat?
That scroll inside the input field.
Inside the chat. Yeah, inside the text and the input, the text input, because we want to do that before we start on the edit.
Gotcha.
But now we have a new thing in the mix, which is, well, we have a few. Now we have to work on the, what's it called? The send and leave.
Yeah, there's that, yeah.
So there's a send leave one in chat, which we have to work on.
Yeah.
Does that take priority over the scroll and the edit, or?
I would say yeah, just because you're in it, like it's more recent.
Okay. So that being said, we need to, okay, then I'll change the priorities, put that on top. We talked about something else. What else did I want to do?
You still had something with the video?
Yeah. The video, I'm going to use, so my method works, but Jerry said there could be an even easier method where with Cloudnode changing the extension so that we don't have to introduce a new library.
That'd be helpful.
So maybe we'll do that. It could be potentially faster. So yeah, I'm going to try that out. So I'm going to finish those two, and then we'll start on the scrolling.
Okay, perfect. Good. Yeah, we're really close to this build being ready for the wild. So yeah, maybe hopefully by the end of the day, if you got that done, and Amin has a few little things too, we could package it up and point it to production, and if all goes well, we can release it.
Yeah.
Good stuff in it.
Yeah. Hopefully we can have a stable build by the end of the day.
Let's aim for that. Oh yeah, and Wells has a couple things too. But let's go to Amin. Hey Amin, how's it going? Amin, are you here? You're on mute.
Yeah, I'm here.
There you go. How's it going? Wanted to get an update from you, please.
Oh yeah. I was working on the thing that we discussed, me and you, Jerry. Like when you try to add members. Let me share my screen. So in here, so you're gonna go and try and, for example, try to add member. Say this. You selected someone, then you're gonna add like a big. Well, for example, so what's gonna happen right now? It's gonna detect you're gonna add a group with a lot of members, and it will say this is a thing that I changed when I was working on it. Remember how it was before? It was like saying add in the amount of members, and it lays down here 10.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. I was like, the wording is a little bit wrong here, because like when you do yes, you just see the group name. And
Yeah.
I figured we're not we're not like adding that much of members. We're only adding the one that was previously selected.
Mhm.
And
That made me think of another case. What if you had two groups?
you can't add two groups. You can only add one.
So,
'Cause
but what if you select them? So let's say
because
select.
it get disabled. Like as soon as you select a group with more than 10, this
Oh,
get disabled.
okay, I see. Yeah, so you're prevented from it. Okay.
Yeah,
Now, I suppose you could check boxes, check marks next to a bunch of people's names, but I guess that's okay. So, like, what if you did like 20 people right now?
yeah, I mean you can.
It still follows a good pattern. It'd be okay.
Yeah, yeah, it doesn't matter how many you have in here. What matters is the group you just add in. But the members, that's fine, you can add as many. And but once you do a group with big members, it says add members to a group, and this action will add the following to Sacto area events too. So
Yeah, that
I
makes a little bit there.
yeah. Mhm.
And yeah, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I figured like the word this word in it describes this what's going on here better than the other one. We still have the other one, but like in the case of the group, it is small.
Okay.
Like it minus 10 less than 10.
So there's three
So
names up there.
yeah, there's three names.
Okay. And as soon as you hit yes, it converts it to the group name, and
Oh,
they would be in that group.
it will be in that group. Let me
Would it
send
be
a message.
possible? This is a nice to have, but would it be possible for it to say Sacto area events plus three others? I think we
Yeah,
do,
yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
because that way I know. Or like, or
Mm-hmm.
no, we had the names. We had the names listed out, comma. Like it was just a really long gray bar, right? Weren't we doing that?
Yeah, we do that in another case. We can do it here as well.
Let's do it just because you might think they're gone. Even though I know there
Mm-hmm.
was a modal before, but it's still more clear. Okay, and then
Mm-hmm.
I have
Okay.
another possible. Okay, what about a possible edge case of 2 or 3 small groups that we don't hit the limit?
Okay.
Let's try that. Like group of 3, group of 3, group of 5.
Let me try to get those.
Okay.
This one has, I mean, delete it from here. This one now has 7, I guess. I get 6. Can get 3. And
So like you have one down there 2 months ago, a couple of them from 2 months ago that have more than one person. Let's try those.
oh yeah, those, yeah. Okay. Okay.
So when you start typing a name, you'll see their names.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's 6 members. Okay. Then
This, oh yeah, it just laid out the names, you know.
but no, sometimes it'll show a group.
Uh,
Try Amit. Type Amit. So now here, go that one, yeah.
says add 6 members.
Why does it? Is that my
So yeah,
Google Meet looked weird? It was that a modal?
yeah, it was a model. Yeah.
Okay, it was something lost frames on the stream, but okay. So
I
then,
can do it. Like, let me do like small example.
yeah.
You
What
said
if you had
yeah.
2 within the group name? It would put the group name, or it would break it out. I think
Think
it breaks it out, right?
I'm not sure. Yeah, yeah, it does. Yeah.
Which is fine. Okay, so
Let
this
me
will break out all the names.
let me look at the code real quick.
Todd or Chantal, if one of you gets time, will you respond to as many of the 1-star reviews on Google Play as possible? I'm going through all the Apple ones right now, writing responses now that we're confident and in a much better position.
Yeah, I think our response should be understanding of their plight when they wrote it, but also encouraging them to check us out now and hopefully change their review.
I don't have
Yeah.
access to be able to respond to those.
Really?
Right. Well, yeah, what circle we need the Circles account, or not the Gmail account to manage those.
Should be in there.
I don't want to add to the workload, but maybe to an extent, should we also thank people for their positive comments too?
Yeah.
Yeah. We should do that. Yeah.
I'm just starting with the negatives because if we can turn those around, they make a huge impact on the overall rating.
That's
Oh,
true. Good point. I thought about that, but I didn't really take it further than that. So I'm glad we're doing that.
Most of these reviews right now are like onboarding issues where people couldn't get in at all, or
Right.
when we ran the college experiment, they had to select a school and didn't pick the right one, or
Yeah.
little things like that. Some of them
Little
are
things
performance
that-
complaints which have been fixed.
Yeah, it's pretty much all fixed. It's all cleaned up. So yeah.
Well, Danny, whatever account you're using to manage those reviews, send Chantel and I that same account.
Yeah, it's mine. So I'll just get to give you the same permission, which I thought you had, but let me go look at it right now.
So yeah, Donnie, the group it will lay the names out in here like one after the other.
Okay. Let's test a couple more. Just do it for just testing. Go ahead and add more. See, scroll down and see if you have one with a group name. No, you don't, but that's okay. Try typing Danny.
Well, Sacco Area Events 2 is a group with a name.
Yeah, that's true, and it's small enough, right? Yeah, do that one. Sacto area event.
This one has like 10,000.
Oh, okay. Then do type one for small. Type small. Did you already do that one?
Yeah, we already do it. I think it's gonna say he already has the members there. All members from groups were already added.
Okay, good job. There was a space after a group, but that was minor, like where the quotation marks at. But it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay, try typing Danny. Okay.
I mean, I can do group right now with the name. Example, this one.
Okay. And then I had one more edge case, maybe. I'm trying to remember.
Chantal, your Circle email is an admin on the account.
How do I get to it?
Google Play console.
Oh, I remember the other thing I want to try. After this one.
So if I do two, it's gonna say add phone members.
Okay.
Those are not here, so it's do yes.
And they're there. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, what happens if you get plus group? Try plus group. Okay, all the names are still there. Okay. And if you had
Mm-hmm.
if you had groups, if you had more group chats, they'd be at the top, I believe. Right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now I should have what's I can send this in here.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Okay, and hit done. And then you're back here. How do you, it seems like you're stuck. Is that, can you remove
No.
that?
I'm not.
Oh, there we go. Okay, it's the bottom thing. It was covered. Okay, so yeah, I see. Okay. And you would have a keyboard up, I think.
Yeah, I will be.
Normally, yeah. Okay, so it looks like. So, did you have a question for Jerry?
I no, no.
Because when you opened, you were saying, "Hey, Jerry, I'm doing
No.
this."
Like the first just like when I opened this.
The very beginning when you shared your screen, you got Jerry's attention. I wasn't sure.
No. I was like, I just like, I mentioned his name because like we had this conversation. The three of us.
Okay, so you don't need any.
No, it's good.
Okay, and you'll maybe have it do the pattern where it puts the names. Also,
That I'll do it. Yeah, that I'll do it. That's a front end. Let me see.
okay, and I think even that one after like 5, it goes like +7 after that. Like if there's more people.
Okay.
I think you already did.
And like just right now.
No, in previous versions.
Oh yeah, when it like laid out all the names with a comma, right?
Yeah. So it might say small group, and then like 3 more names that you added. But if you added 20 names, it might be 5 names separated by commas and then +15. I think. I
Okay.
don't think you listed them all.
All right. Yeah.
I don't remember. However you did it before, just follow exactly that.
Okay, so it's gonna be the 5, like it's after 5
I can't
because
remember exactly what we did before.
we did 10, but now because that time before we were like we had every members that why we did 10, but now max is gonna be 10.
You think we showed 10 names separated by commas inside of the gray box?
Yeah, that's what we were doing.
We did it. Okay, then yeah, up to 10, I guess. So it'll be like, and then it'll say plus 11,000 more or whatever the number is. Well, that's not even really possible because you would pick a group and then you'd have to like check boxes of names after that.
Yeah,
So,
to get there, yeah.
yeah, it would have the group name and then anybody you selected, their names would be listed in commas.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. So then it's pretty much ready to go after that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And I got your message. You got my message about the start the convo. Do you have any questions about that?
My question is just like right now it feels like we're merging the two screens, like the share the love and start the convo. Like I mean the UI and like in terms of UI, right?
Well,
That's all I'm getting.
I wouldn't say merging. I would say
It's looking similar, like very similar, like both of them. Whether it's start the convo or share the love, like it both has that image in the center with the title, like what they call the action, and also the text on top of the images.
Yeah, they are very similar, but they do have very specific appearances. Because the one I sent you, the screenshot, that was live in the app, and I realized. Remember how we reverse the perspective on
Yeah, I do.
Where the love is reverse perspective, like you're showing your own, but that one is not. That one was a new user. Well, no, I shouldn't. It wasn't a new user, but in this case, it was a new friendship event, and I came into the app as a new user, and it's asking me if this person would like his own recommendation. That's his favorite. That's it, that's not mine. You see, so
Yeah,
the wrong perspective. That's why only in the case here where, because this is start the convo. I guess I'm making this complicated. Simplifying these back to how they always were. Start the convo is based on the new user, and we expect the new user obviously has no content because they're a new user. So we show their recent friend or recent inviter. We show that person's content and ask them if there's anything interesting in there that they want to talk about. But then the share the love is the reverse, because this is an existing user, maybe did a friend connect or whatever, and the existing user has their own content to show. So those are why there are two different perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I made it more complicated. Are you following me?
Give me a second. I'm with you.
Okay.
I'm back. Sorry. But yeah, I was following that this one is like the South Convo, and like both of you, like you has no favorites to show there. Like you were a new user. This one was a new user, right?
This is an existing user.
But he has no favorites. I mean,
Yeah, he has no favorites, right?
so in this case, we want to show like the trending favorites, right?
Right. So,
Because yeah, I can see in the code
mhm.
that we don't do the trending for the Start Convo.
We don't? Yeah, we do.
I think that's the share the love. Let me see.
I think it's Start the Convo was the original place we did it. Because, yeah, I mean, I actually have a screen. The one I sent you of Todd. Go to scroll down a little bit in Slack. That one right there. See, if you look under my X, tap on one of Todd's. Oh no, so that's Todd's favorite. But there's another. I have another screenshot where it's like tap on what's trending.
Mm-hmm.
I had it in my screen records. Let me grab it. So yeah, here. Oh no, he has one favorite.
Oh, where the pendants? Oh, yeah, I see. We still,
You found it.
yeah, we still the trendings. You send me something else? Just we're not saying that label that says trending. It wasn't here. What is that? 3. It's recent. It's well moved. What was the text that we were doing there? It's like, what's trending? Right?
Yeah, it would say tap on what's trending. Yeah, but we're not going to say that anymore.
Yeah, I don't find that text anymore in the app, so maybe.
Even the word like trending is we use more.
Yeah, it's a lot of things in here, but let me see.
I'll
This is,
give you the exact.
this is Yeah, here's it. Top one what's trending to start. Yeah, that's in the chat. That's on the start convo. So that's good. We still have it.
Right, right.
Yes, we still have it. We still I didn't see it.
Okay.
On the start convo, yeah.
Okay, so that's where we'll default to if we don't have the user has no favorites to show.
Wait, I'm confused. What I see in here, but it's the same file. Oh, this is the old version. Yeah, it got deleted. Yeah.
What got deleted?
The label that says the text that says what's trending, it got deleted. I'm trying to find when.
Oh
Or
yeah,
what.
because you're right. It got very simplified, and it just says, let's see. I have a screenshot.
Yeah, is it? Yeah.
It says,
We did it like 2 weeks ago.
I think it's like one line.
Yeah.
It says tap to start the tap to on one of these start chatting. No, it's not. That's not what it says either.
Should
Because
something or huh?
dang it, where is it? I have so many screenshots. Let's see.
Well, looking at the code, I don't see any text. We just removed it. We don't replace it with anything. Like for start the convo, we only have
No, there's definitely text right above the favorites. I just saw it the other day. Let me try.
would the name love one of these?
Yeah,
Yeah, this is the text that I see here. Is it
that's
would
it. Yeah, would they love one of these? What? Right, exactly. It's on the screenshot I sent you
Mhm.
in Slack. So, but the problem is it was the wrong perspective because it was showing his own favorite.
But now we want to show trending.
Well, because I was the new user, and in this guy's case, it would be the new screen I wrote below it. So it would say start the convo with Nicholas. And then we would change the wording and it would show Nicholas, because Nicholas does have one favorite in this case. I was using this as an example because if Nicholas didn't have any favorites, let's say, then it should show trending. And keep it how we have. What does it say above it now? Would he love one of these?
Yes, still it's gonna be would love one of these.
Yeah, that would be okay, but it would have to show what's trending. Maybe we could go through it like after stand up, and just make sure we're getting it right together.
All right. Okay. Yeah, we can.
Yeah, like I would say the easiest place to start is if there's no content, then we're going to show trending. Because I mean,
yeah. I mean, that's how it's gonna do it. Like if there's nothing there, or like only few, like 3 or something, 4, something like that, then show the trending since it's already there.
yeah, and then instead of start the convo like you see here, that doesn't need to change. Nothing. We would use the original format, and just change the wording like I have in the Slack message.
All right.
So we're showing the original screen as normal to the new user, the original logic behind it, unless there's no content. Let me go back to our conversation. I'm confusing myself now. Right. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay. My Slack message is actually pretty clear. So the more I'm talking about it, I think the more I'm confusing it. But if we follow from the top of the message,
Mhm.
so this is the new start the convo screen you made, which is fine to use only when there's no content and we need to show trending. So we keep it exactly the same, but if there's no content, you show trending. Don't need to change any words. Don't need to change anything except insert what's trending right there. So
All right.
we'll use that when there's no content. But if there are favorites to show, and that's where if I said we'll just modify the original screen and it'll work as it used to work, the original screen, but with different wording.
Okay.
And that's it. Those are the only two considerations.
So, like this screenshot and this screenshot, like this, are they coming from the same version? Because I just did a search for that start the convo and I don't find it. And it got
Yeah,
removed.
because I think you replaced it with the one above it.
Yeah. So that's the thing.
Can you bring that one back where your cursor is for like the original flow
Let me see.
when there are favorites to show?
Let's
But
see.
then keep your new flow if there are no favorites to display.
Okay.
And it would be trending inside there.
So we keep the text in and everything. If there's no content to show, we show the trending.
Yep.
If there is the trending, then we will bring back that start. We change the wording. So
Yep, change the wording and that's it. And it'll be basically reverting it exactly how it was, but just I think the wording will be way more engaging and clear. Because sometimes there's not a profile image. So like using Todd's name, it's just more clear, So is it easy-ish to revert back to that original flow for the
I mean,
majority?
not revert because I have it here. Those are the two changes that we did here. I just I know where are they and why we were doing those changes. So I'll bring them back accordingly with these new changes.
Okay, perfect. It makes sense. I think we got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's after stand up too, we'll go through it one time to make sure it's all the right perspective.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So other than that, do you have any, I can't remember if there were other critical.
There was well, this one is not really critical, but let me show it.
This one kind of is critical because it was a really weird, it was the wrong perspective. So we can't release with it. Like we need to fix it.
Oh, you're talking about the issue here, like this one.
Yeah, the one above was showing me the guy's favorite, and it was like, would he love one of these? Well, of course he loves it because he favorited it. So it's like,
No, I agree with you. I thought you were asking me, is there any other issue that is critical that you're working on?
yeah, like separate from this.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I was saying, it's not critical, but I remember if like you do show more and you do cancel and you go back and you find it again there and you think you'll look into this.
Oh yeah, the modal was up if you did it.
Yeah, yeah.
You
So
fixed that already?
I fixed that.
Okay.
I was in the middle of working on fixing this. It's a little bit tricky. It's not that tricky, just like it requires a little bit of thinking because like this is a list. You see how like this Danny Hinkle, I mean, it's selected here. It's not in here.
Yeah.
You
just
passed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm in the middle of getting this done.
Okay. Yeah. Because sometimes you could see they're checked marked on the modal of list of members, but then if you search the name, scroll up a little bit. So like if you search for Amit,
yeah, it will not be. Yeah,
it will not be check marked. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna fix that one still.
Yeah, we'll fix that.
Okay. Great. Also, Danny had a really good suggestion. Let me run this by you. So where it says enable shareable join link, we're thinking, okay, the app is growing really fast, by the way, like really like faster than ever. the engagement is through the roof. Everything's going really well. This like feels like liftoff. I don't know for sure if we're gonna never look back. Hopefully, but part of it is how many people are sharing the app, and to make it even easier, because people are sharing these links, but why not? I guess this is Danny's suggestion. Why not just not even have the toggle? So like, go ahead and hit the toggle. Maybe we just keep it like at the top and not even have a toggle. So it's more hard coded, just like always a link right there. Is that pretty straightforward?
Yeah, we can do it in here, maybe here. Like we add one more share here, for example. As soon as your breath is cut, like I mean here as well. Just so
Yeah,
the
that's
users.
actually a good point. I forgot. In fact, I think we talked about that yesterday. Is that it was still hard to get to. You would have to go through all those steps. Yeah. So this, I think actually this is where, Danny, are you still here? I think this is where Danny suggested it, even where you're suggesting it too. I mean,
Yeah, sorry, I was writing a review.
yeah. Were we talking about putting the shareable link here?
Originally, we were talking about just taking out the button altogether and having it have new verbiage that says, share a link to join.
Yeah, to join this chat.
Yeah, something like that. We never came up with the perfect verbiage, but that sounds pretty damn close.
I thought I wrote something.
Now, we also talked about that maybe even being too many steps because you don't really see it unless you're going in to add members. And so there probably is a better place to put it. Maybe it's here. Todd suggested the previous screen where the share button is, but that is a Lottie animation. So that's not really ideal.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let's see that again.
Go hit cancel real quick. What if it was
yeah, right here, like at the top, maybe.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on the screen already. Well, let's start with where Amin was suggesting.
What if it was a oh man, I hate there's not really much room.
Yeah.
I was thinking that little white space in the upper left hand corner. It'd be so nice to just I bet if it was on this screen and people saw it, you would see it and you'd think, oh, you know what? There is someone I'd like to bring in here, and you just click it real quick and have it copied right to your clipboard in one click.
Like add. Interesting.
Like
even just an add button. Like, well, I was looking at old.
The one that's standard is the little share button. That's like the U. The one with the arrow up.
The square with the arrow in it. Yeah. Yeah. Or even just an add. I was looking at old Zenly designs, and they had a pink plus button at the bottom of their map, right in the center. And it's like, it's pretty genius because like it didn't say anything. It didn't say add. It didn't say anything. Just a plus button. And there's not a lot of other choices. So, naturally people would tap on it and see what they're adding. Ours could say add. Like, would that be or share or Shannon? We already have share. Hit that share button again for me. Would it be crowded here? Share to chat. Or share. Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
I mean, it could say above share to chat, it could say invite link, and it could be right there, the copy button.
Yeah. This might be cut off on some phones. We're getting close to the top here. Maybe not. Would as far as like the technical aspect to it, being that this is a lottie, like what level of difficulty is it if we were to have a copy link here? Would that be a problem?
Yeah, yeah, because we need to locate that. Where is it? So yeah, normally like we're gonna follow what we do in here. We just draw like a big, like first of all area laid over here or here, or for example, it's gonna be copy, but it's not gonna be like it's not gonna be like this. Like
Yeah.
oh yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. Is it gonna be like in the lottie, right?
No, I was figuring it'd be like over the top of it, but
Uh,
it's still kind of.
yeah. Well, mhm.
I suppose the whole top area could be white.
Could be why. It also depend on the phone whether it's like tall or.
I know, because that white, like if we put a white rectangle across the top on this phone, we could measure it out to where it doesn't block share to chat, but like maybe on some phones it would overlay partially the words share to chat if we weren't careful. Like we'd have to, yeah, it'd be tricky. I mean, I would probably, if I was to put it here, I would have it no extra height than just a toast, basically, like in terms of height, like a notification height. That way it's just always at the top as like a clearly separate type of item on the screen. And it would stand out with the zero transparent, like 100% opacity white. Okay, so like if as I'm talking this through, if we did do that, like let's say like basically where your cursor is, like maybe just down like a little bit further, we put like a white background and we put that link on there. Would that be and it would just always sit at the top, it'd be anchored at the top on all phones. Would it?
Then yeah, I'll be looking for this area from my end too, like because I know like this is the safe area, so I know how much from here to here,
Mhm.
and I will aim for all this area and make it bigger so we don't mistake.
I see. They would have to go over the top too, because see how the lottie is on the top layer.
Mm-hmm.
We need another layer on top of that.
Yeah. Well, you saying the share is gonna be like same as those elements, like inside the lottie, right?
Yeah, when you say same elements,
Yeah, like like the art of the lottie, the share, it's gonna be in the lottie. We're not gonna do it and overlay it.
oh no, I was thinking it wouldn't be part of the lottie.
It wouldn't. Then yeah, if it wouldn't, then that would be easy.
Right, because the lottie is anchored to the bottom.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be able to, there would be no way to fit it top and bottom.
Then yeah, then it's would be easy to know to always have the share in here, and we can control it more.
Okay. What do you think, Danny? Should we go here? Let's get Chantel and Todd's opinion too. Because obviously we do, the more people using that link, the better. Like that's just direct network effect.
I agree. I mean, even I've invited people to chats and stuff, but if that button was in front of me, I think I would do it often. It would just remind me, like, oh yeah, there's other people that may want in here, and it's as easy as sending them a link.
Okay. Yeah. Do we also add it to the screen with the members members like modal? Let's see that screen. Like if you tap on the members, do we try and add it here too?
I thought it was already there.
No, it's next screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry. That's what I meant.
Yeah, would it be better to back it up one, or is that even? I mean, it seems like probably the best would be that share button. That share button does get used a lot. But maybe this one gets used. And there's also the consideration of a one-on-one chat. It's possible. It is possible to add another member to a one-on-one chat, right? Or is it not? It's currently not, right?
No.
Like,
No. For
I was
example,
yeah, because you can't even access that modal here.
yeah.
Yeah. What were you saying, Danny?
What if we made it so that when you click on that button, the add members button, or the name at the top of the group chat, as soon as you click it, it navigates you to the next screen, but it also pops up a little thing at the bottom that says invite link copied to clipboard.
That'd be helpful, like a toast.
Yeah, just
Wait, do we do that? I think we do. Do we do that? I mean, if you hit the copy button, do we get a toast?
A toast, like what kind of toast?
To say copied your clipboard? I think we do. Go ahead and hit copy.
Yeah.
There we go. So we do that.
So yeah, what if we just did that automatically anytime anyone clicks on the group chat name or the group profile picture, and people would just see that popping up and they would know it's there. Like,
Oh,
we don't even have to add a button that way.
well, that's very interesting. What do you think, Chantel? Did you catch that?
Yeah, I did. I think I'm good with that.
That's interesting.
The question is it the visual cue you need as a reminder to want to invite someone?
Let me see that toast again. I mean,
I wonder what percentage of people never click at all in there.
shareable link copy to clipboard.
Yeah, I wish we had stats on like every single button.
We have stats on almost every button. We might, Wells could tell us if we have analytics on this.
Well, I think we do.
But the thing is, it's a little bit hidden. Like it took a lot of steps to get here, so it's
It did.
obviously going to be less than it would be if we made it on the share button, let's say, or this. There was no toggle. Like this was just always here. I see. So is there any performance issues? I mean, if like we copied that every time? Like
No.
Okay. So that rules out any performance issues, but not necessarily green light on this. But so we would see that toast every time you get what would be like every time you go to the
it would only be when you click on the group profile picture or the name of the group at the top of the chat.
Or how about the share button too?
Or the share button too. We could do that.
Would people understand that? Well, and I wonder if we'd be confusing people. Now I'm torn. We have a few options here. Well, what are you doing now? I mean,
Yeah. Yes, can something?
yeah, what were you doing there?
Yeah, I was just multitasking as you guys deciding where to put the share.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I guess we can think about it a little more offline here, not hold everybody up. I was thinking we might come to something quick. I mean, because like the quickest thing is like just remove that toggle. That's the quickest thing, but maybe that's not the most effective. Then we started getting all kinds of options here. So let's discuss this here after we get done with everyone. And but think about it more, Chantel, Danny.
Yeah.
The more right we get it, the more network effect we get. Okay, so then we'll come back to that. I mean, and does that wrap up your updates?
Yeah, there's just one thing about the Lottie. I've been looking into that Lottie, like looked on it on the weekend and to see like why there's this phone hitting up when we do the new version.
Which one?
The Lottie.
Yeah, which
Upgrade.
Lottie? The dot Lottie library?
Yeah, the Lottie migration, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay,
I
yeah.
was debugging the heat and yeah, like bottom line, it's like the Lottie itself. Because if the Lottie using complex animation and a lot of stuff like the new engine they do like that they did, I mean, yeah, like it performs well. The weird thing is like I was like also looking like tracking the CPU as the phone is hitting up the CPU. It's like almost to zero. It's not zero. It's like 5% or 10% as the phone is hitting up. So I don't know how is that, like what's going on there. Oh, it's not the oh, now I know that I said that out loud. It's not the CPU. It's like the GPU. It's the because the new engine it renders the animation using GPU, not the CPU. That's why I was like, it's weird. I'm the phone hitting up and then so the bottom line it's in the Lottie itself, the way how it was being made.
Does that mean they could be made a different way, or is
Yeah, yeah, they need to be made in a different way where they're like it's like just you write code. Yeah, you just like an animation, but that animation translates to code. But it needs to be made in a way where it like not like causing performance issue.
do you know, like if I were to tell Brian what to do you know what he needs, like how to instruct him?
And not I can do a search and see what he needs to look up for. But if he just go to the Lottie website, like they have like a lot of documentations there. Maybe they mentioned something about how you should be making it. Like and also like I used not ChatGPT, like the new Google Gemini. And he was like saying, yeah, I gave him one lot. He told him like where I should be looking to optimize this. He's like he told me for example, like the like for like there's a text that needs to be like fade in, and that fade in it's like it should be like for example go from 0 to 1 to 3 to 5, like just like it goes step by step, but like the animation it was like going by 0.1 0.111. Yeah, it looks good, like it looks really good to fade in, but that requires a lot of compute on the GPU. That's why. And also like there's other things they call it the mats.
The mat, yeah, that was a problem in the past already. I remember that.
Yeah, I can I'm not sure if he used Gemini or not, or ChatGPT, I guess. But that would be like a help. At least the Gemini 2 Pro, like it was really good with me, like with helping me sourcing this out.
So he can share the code for the JSON code, and then
Yeah,
cut off.
yeah.
Okay, I will let him know. Because yeah, a lot of that all happens in After Effects without him. He's not like directly controlling those values. But I bet he could control them if he knew where to control them. So, okay, I get it. All right, let me talk to him about it. So I guess in the meantime, we'll be stuck a little bit longer.
Yeah.
What we have. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, everything works, and the app is feeling really good. Like the latest version feels very light, crisp, quick. Everything's good. So, um, could be worse. So, but maybe after this next build, we can go back to that. But let me see how he does too with Gemini. I'll have him try and rework some of those.
Okay.
Okay.
And that will conclude my updates.
Okay, perfect. All right. Thanks, Amin. Let's continue. Hey, Amit, how are you doing over there? Can we get your update, please?
Yes, John. So today I worked on what we discussed yesterday. I worked on that part, writing a script when we found the Google Place which expired, and so we went through search and found a new Google ID and replacing that ID in our database. So that thing I computed and created pull request for it.
Okay, and did Jerry review that yet?
Yes, yeah, Jerry reviewed it.
Okay, so are you going to deploy it?
So we deployed it on QA already. So Jerry, can I run on production? There was a script. What did you thought?
Can we test it in QA?
Yeah, I was going to ask. Did we test it yet?
No, we should do some good testing with this because I really want to be
So
cautious. Want to
correct.
mark businesses as inactive.
Yeah,
we'll run into a problem quick if we find we're doing that. So let's test it with some caution on QA.
Yeah,
Okay.
and this script would be one time only, right? Like this is something we would have to run periodically.
Periodic, like currently we will run it one time only. But when you fetch the details of the profile, now that is checking every 30 days. That will check. So there's no
Does that mean going forward there would be like an automated cleanup happening?
Yeah, automatic cleanup happening inside profile.
Yeah.
When you click on profile, what it is doing, it is checking when we last check Google. So
Okay.
I have added interval for 30 days. So
Okay.
within 30 days, it will not check it. If after 30 days again check it.
We need really good testing because the law of unintended consequences, something like that. If we're not careful, it'll be behind the scenes eliminating businesses that were valid, if we're not careful.
Okay. So test it on QA. Let me know once you will tell me. I will run this script on production.
Okay. Are you able to test also on it?
Yeah, I can also test it.
Yeah. So I would do a lot of thorough testing, find businesses that are closed and maybe ones that are different statuses, temporarily closed or permanent.
So I have that CSV sheet, so I will test those businesses in the app.
Okay.
And you guys can also test it using that sheet. That will be a good difference.
Okay. All right. And will the front end display? Did we ever figure that out? Like, can it show temporarily closed or permanently closed? Where the hours?
We are returning it.
Yeah, because we weren't. There was two things that could be returned, and we were returning the one that was not as accurate. Right? There was. Remember, like Fire Up, for example, had one line that said permanently closed and another line said temporarily closed from Google.
So for that, we check business status. So business status, it is saying temporarily closed. So we are considering that one.
So have we swapped out then what we're sending like to now business status?
Business status, yeah. So inside hours, we are showing temporarily closed.
We are. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I see. But you have to unfold, like you have to expand the hours to see it. Is that right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Dang, that's not ideal.
Then what where you can, then we need front end change.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's talk about that tomorrow because that's going to be off topic from all this stuff. So, okay. Well, remind me tomorrow to bring that up.
Okay. Well, I will test it also from myself.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Did you have anything else?
No.
Okay. Thanks, Amit. All right. Wells.
Hello, sir. Hello, everyone. Yeah,
there.
so pretty good updates. There are 3 PRs open currently. So the one improving the search that John requested yesterday. So now when you go on the favorite flow and you want to share something with like either create a group or send separately, when you go to the drawer and you do a search, it will search all the users in the app. So it brings way more results now. I got it from the edit SOT screen, and the PR for that is open at the moment and ready to be reviewed. Also, I did open a PR for the see all updates on the my recent check-ins and my recent favorites. So now if you go on my recent check-ins and favorites, there's going to be a see all button there. And I also did that analytics for the see all. So whenever the user presses see all on anything, we're going to see that, and we're going to see exactly which is the user that the person is trying to see the check-ins or the favorites from. We're going to see the kinds of the profile category and all the other stuff. So we're going to see like if it's a recent check-ins or the most updated and that kind of thing. And also working on having the verification for when the user takes a screenshot. So I am installing some modules here and doing some testing and some stuff to actually get that working. And there's also a request from Todd. Apparently, the share to chat overlay, it is not working in his Samsung S24. Like it's
I could give you a little more detail on that. So, you know how on a lot of Android Samsungs, there's that digital nav bar built into their hardware. So like, but here's the thing about that. It isn't always there. So, and I have an Android I've been playing with, and even Todd, who only uses Android, isn't sure why sometimes that nav bar pops up, sometimes it doesn't. It's like kind of weird. But when it's not there, the Lottie is not cropped. It looks fine. It's it's at the bottom. But then the occasions when that nav bar comes from the Samsung device, you saw the image, right? It cuts off the buttons.
Oh,
so,
I see.
Yeah, so it's like that Lottie for Android should probably be anchored. I don't know if there's like a safe space to account for that nav bar, but maybe anchored above that safe space for the nav bar, even if the nav bar isn't there. Or I don't know if it can be dynamic, like if it can detect if the nav bar is there or not. I don't want to make it too complicated, so maybe just give it more room on the bottom, or something like that.
Do you guys think a safety area view would account for that nav bar that can be there?
Show your screen so they can see.
Yeah, let me share here.
Okay, and I had another point about that. Oh yeah, this is Android only. I just want to make sure we all know this is Android specific, because if you look here this is Todd's phone. Is that zoomed in too far? Like, I guess you're zoomed out all the way. You can't really see on the screenshot, I guess. Maybe the nav bar does not
appear on a screenshot.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't appear on a screenshot, but there's a digital nav bar. It's not hard. It's not the hardware. There's a digital nav bar underneath. That's what's hiding that Lottie. So, what was your question, Well?
Yeah, so there is, I know in React Native there's a component called Safety Area View, in which accounts for different scenarios or on stuff that can appear on the screen, like the navigation on the top for stuff, and also on the bottom in the case of Samsung and other devices, they have the navigation up in or out of the screen. So perhaps that component might help with these kind of scenarios, so we don't have to do like a hard fix for Android to push stuff fixed in a way. So perhaps that component might help doing this dynamically. And in different devices. I will test it out and see if that works. If
Yeah,
not,
maybe I want to be careful because I don't want to upset the balance on iPhones. You know, that's it. So you have to be real careful with something you do within like it, because this is a very unique case to this specific kind of Android, and I don't want to upset the balance on all the phones. It you know, it might have to just be targeted. I don't know. Let's see if Amin or Ismail have an opinion on how to handle the navbar in Android, this cropping the bottom of this. Did you guys catch that?
Yeah, I mean that library, the safe area library, should like let you know where, like, I mean it will tell you how like the height of that navbar, so margin you margin accordingly to it, and yeah, and we can do a condition where this is going to be only for Android. It's not going to be applied to iOS. What we're going to do, it can be conditioned to only Android.
Yeah,
I think that's safe. That just condition to Android. Okay, so do you know where to look for that margin, safe area margin, Wells?
Yes, sir. I think so. And I will also chat with Amin if needed regarding that. So yeah, let's do it Android specific and also margin, dynamic margin according to the navbar that appears.
Okay.
I will create a new Android simulator for that, so I can test with the Samsung S24.
Okay. Here's where it gets a little tricky too. Is I believe that I have seen where the Lottie does not actually go all the way to the bottom of the screen on an Android because, as I mentioned, that nav bar is really like it's occasional. It occasionally shows up. It's not always there. So if you're permanently lifting the some of those assets, then if the nav bar's not there, you see right through, and that's also kind of weird too. It's probably not as bad as cropping it, so it's like not as bad, but it's not ideal. So and I know you don't have a physical phone where you can test this, I don't think, but you have to keep that in mind.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why we are concerned about making it dynamic, so we make sure that it looks good in all the scenarios. I do have a Samsung device here, like a Samsung Note 10 Plus. Not sure if the navbar does this thing, but I can test it out there. And also on the simulator here, probably I could be able to test that on. I will look into it carefully and make sure I can actually reproduce it and do the proper testing with all the stuff.
Okay.
Because
yeah, I think there is a way to bring the nav bar up on your simulator, like on demand. I think I remember seeing that. So that should help too, like where you can see it with it and without it.
Yeah,
so you'll have to confirm on that one. I'm not 100% sure.
Seems like a little bit time consuming, but I'm sure it's worth it because this is really important, right? The share to chat.
And what about that?
I think that the share to chat is really important, right? So it's worth the.
Oh yeah. We want that to be clean. So yeah, and like even like hit the check-in button, for instance. On the bottom. Yeah. So like, I guess that one doesn't get cut off because it's up so high. But there are other cases. I'm trying to remember where. Like maybe the favorite button. I feel like I've seen it. Yeah, go to like a discover feed. Yeah, one of these cards here, and then hit the heart. And I think see how low that X is? I think I've seen that cut off before. It gets a little tricky because this is two Lotties. You can't tell, but there's one anchored to the bottom, and then there's one anchored to the top. The one on the top has the blue background. The one on the bottom has the semi-transparent white background. So this is another example where that one, we would want that button to like float up a little higher dynamically. So take a look at that one too.
Okay. I will take notes on both.
Okay. Okay, cool. I had two more thoughts enter my mind. of questions for people, and I don't even remember what they are now. But as we were looking at these, one of them. I can't remember now. They'll come back to me. There was some other little minor things. What else you have going on, Wills?
Yeah, that's all on my end. Working on the screenshot now and the 3 PRs open.
Okay. Okay, cool. Let me try to remember. I'm gonna go through some notes here, see if it triggers my memory. I'm sure it'll come back to me in a few minutes. Yeah, dang it. It's a couple little things that are relevant to stuff we're working on right now. Let's see. I don't know. If I remember, I'll Slack you guys. So that should conclude. Wait, well, let's see. Jerry, I don't know if you gave like an official update. Do you have stuff you want to share with us?
I got the new landing page for place profiles and user profiles. I have that in QA. I'm working on adding some analytics to those, like in particular which buttons they press. That may take some time to go through. Got that, and we have the new screen, the how it works screen that's rolled out in core now. That would have went out with yesterday's batch of messages. So
interesting. So then we should check and see if any of those converted.
Yeah, I'm checking.
Okay.
And then after, I want to take a couple minutes and we could talk about some of the attempts at auto moderation that I'm making, and make sure what we can do to kind of protect ourselves, but also allow other people to say what they wish.
Okay, great.
Let me get those numbers first. Let's see.
Okay, I did remember one of my questions. Quick one for Ismail.
Yeah, I'm still querying, so go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so did you look into remember the thing where I tapped on the heart and and I saved a profile, but the safe didn't appear?
Yeah, I gave you an update in the morning. If you remember, I said I fixed that.
You did? Okay. Is it? I didn't test it if it also does the same thing if it's a favorite or a save.
So basically, it just does the saves if you are not on your own profile or in Discovery. If you're in somebody else's profile and you do a save, it won't update.
But now,
Which you were.
Oh yeah, okay. And the heart would work. The heart would have turned red though.
The heart works. Yeah, they're handled separately.
Okay.
But the saves didn't work, but I fixed that. It should be in a PR.
Okay, cool. Okay, thank you. Oh yeah, and you have the red button on the piggy bank. Cool. We should see that in the next one. Okay, so go ahead, Jerry.
Yeah, I don't see any downloads coming from the links. People are clicking. What's dropping them off? I don't know.
Interesting.
So with moderation now. So yesterday I added a check that if we can now mark a user as banned, and I'll probably need to add that to the admin dashboard. Not sure yet. One thing I also want to add is like a bio reset. Not give them full access to change the bio. So like we can't rewrite somebody's bio, but I'm thinking what we should do is just click reset, and that will reset it to one of the defaults that we have for the users. Now for moderation, for bios, we're using a free API from OpenAI for moderation. and it covers topics such as sexual hate harassment, self-harm, sexual minors, hate threatening, graphic violence, self-harm intent, self-harm instructions, harassment threats, and violence. So any so starting now for in the QA for bios, if you update your bios to something that people would say is offensive and probably shouldn't get caught by an auto mod. For example, I used that bio from that one user, and it caught it. But
Okay, good.
what it will
Did
do.
you catch that one? Yeah.
What's that?
You did catch that one?
Right, it did catch that one.
Cool.
But again, I haven't really tested the limits, like what I could try to make through with it. But that's in QA right now. If you go and you like upload an offensive bio, what would happen is it would you would go back to the home screen and you'd get like a red modal, but it actually says like, oh, we had an issue updating your profile image. It doesn't actually say anything about that the bio failed to update. So it just says that your profile image failed to upload, which is just, I assume, a generic error that the front end is reporting. And that API fails.
It's like pre-existing error that we had there.
Yeah.
I see. So we would have to create another one to handle the more specific case.
Yeah, whatever it says. Like for example, I have it returning an error now that's like, please review your bio and try again. That's what I'm reporting from the back end as an error if it fails.
I see. So we need to install that.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And also for like so this API actually, so it's free, first of all. This is some free service that OpenAI offers, and we're not going to get charged for it. We just had to put like the minimum balance on our card, but it doesn't count against us from what I've read. So we're able to kind of look at what we want. The API calls I've seen take less than, half a second. I've seen like average response time of 200 milliseconds. So it's pretty light to run.
And it's not like we run it everywhere. It's just like during certain actions.
Right. And so if we only run it if somebody tries to update their bio, like right now. But what I'm offering is we can expand this to trust tips. We can expand this to actually when a user updates their profile image, we can do that there. We can do it for chat, and it gives us the ability to check text and video, text and images. I don't know about video, but images. I haven't looked up grotesque images to try it with, but it claims that it can do it.
Interesting.
So I can apply that in chat. And what we could do is like we can configure it. So maybe we want to allow I don't want to say we want to allow anything, but let's say we find it's being overly sensitive to some topics.
Yeah.
We can tweak those thresholds.
Why don't we start with the trust tips, because that's a more controlled environment.
Right? It's more publicly facing.
And that too. Yeah. So, and we'll test it in QA first, of course.
Yeah. Do we want to put filtering on the images?
We might as well test it. Sure.
Yeah, we can test it, and let's see. Right now, I'm tracking every time this fails. Just like every time that we get a moderation failure, just so I can go back into logs and see like was it a false positive, or are they actually writing something? Again, this isn't in production for me to tell, but yeah, I can deploy this up to QA. You want to do it just for trust tips right now, or do you want to also put it in chat?
Right now, just the trust tips.
Okay. Do we want to also look at the images? So if I put it for text and images, you would want to do that?
Yeah, let's test it.
Okay. I'll push that up, and I'll let
John,
you
we
know.
could limit that to chats with group sizes over like 10 or something too, like in
I
or
like
100
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
eventually. I think starting trust
That's
tips is
that's a good call out, Ian, because honestly, in smaller groups, people might
Yeah.
just close group of friends and
Well,
they-
let's just. I mean, we're testing.
yeah,
You,
we're
you want to you want to jump to testing in the chat already, Ian? Is there
No. I was just saying
Oh.
when we get to the chat, I don't think we have to involve that for small group chats.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Before I forget something, I was just doing a friend connect, so I'm a little slow to respond. But I mean, I have a question for you. This is the second time I've seen this. So, are you there? I mean,
Yeah, I am.
okay. Cool. You know how after a friend connect, it does navigates you to the user's profile, and then it does a start the convo.
Mm-hmm.
If I hit maybe later, I get navigated to the message lobby, but I was just on the user's profile. I should stay on the user's profile. I think we wanted to navigate. If I sent a message, we would navigate to lobby, which kind of makes sense because I just sent that user a message. But if I hit maybe later, I should stay there on their user profile.
I didn't work on that. Maybe later, Ismail.
But you did work on the. Wait, maybe you didn't. I thought you worked on the start the combo, like us navigating.
Wait, are you talking about the maybe later inside Friend Connect or Start Combo?
No, start the combo. So
Start Combo.
yeah, so if you do a friend connect, remember, so each step is like first step is friend connect. You're
Oh,
done
yeah.
with friend connect, navigates you to the user profile. Then in 3 seconds, it does
Mhm.
start the combo.
We're explicitly having it to take you back to the lobby.
Yeah, that makes sense if I send a message. But if I hit maybe later, I should stay on the user's profile.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm just explaining why it's there. It's like
Mhm.
because in the code we explicitly take the user to the chat lobby.
Yeah,
So
can you
Yeah.
prevent that if they do maybe later?
yeah, I can just do a go back.
Is it even a go back? It's not. It's like a modal, right?
Well, I have to look into the how that Friend Connect was being made to see.
Is it even part of the friend connect at that point? Because the friend connect's over, and it navigates you to the user profile.
And when a user press maybe later, like what should happen?
Don't forget, they're pressing maybe later on start the convo.
Yeah, what should happen?
They stay there on the user profile. We're explicitly navigating them to the lobby because we would do that if they sent a message.
So they will be like when I say the go back means go back to the previous screen.
Okay,
which
that'd be
was-
fine as long as that is the target user profile.
Yeah, okay.
Would it be that?
Yeah, because we navigate, then we can do a go back. Yeah.
Okay, will you make a note of that?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to get that one in. And then there was one other little thing too. Oh yeah, I'm in the latest build. I mean, 14, and I had the first favorite flow start within 2 minutes. Didn't we set it to 5 minutes?
Yeah, let me see the code there.
Maybe I hit the home button 3 times. Maybe because I think we have one, like whichever happens first. So
Yeah.
it's possible. I have a screen record. Let me double check. I might have hit the home button 3 times. I don't think I did though. Let's see. This was yesterday.
It's 4 minutes. That's
4
all it is.
minutes. Okay, that would be fine. But yeah, this happened. Not on that device. Maybe this one. Yeah, it happened at 2 minutes, 8 seconds. Let's see. Welcome to Circles. Start the convo. Boom, boom, boom. Home. I'm not home. Lobby. Discover. Yeah, it came too early. Let me share this with you.
And as you were saying, you sure you didn't press the home button 3 times?
I did not. I think we have it on not just the home button, because it could be Discover, Home, or
Yeah. Let me see how it's tagged. Be there. Let me look that out again.
it might be counting. Like, I onboarded, I got start the convo. Maybe just by me sending a message, maybe that counted as one, even though I didn't actually tap the nav bar. Then I did tap the nav bar for Discover. Then I tapped Home, and it did it. So it was technically the second nav bar tap, but I think it counted the start the convo as one. Is that possible?
The counting only happens like when you press the navbar buttons.
Interesting. Okay, let me click. I'll clip the screen record down to the end of the onboarding. You can see the sequence. Okay, I just shared it. So yeah, take a look. You'll see the steps. Let me know what you think.
Okay.
It's still sending. Okay. So then, sorry, I know I'm a little all over the place, but I didn't want to forget that, because it was too soon. It was like I had just onboarded and didn't really do a lot yet. It was only 2 minutes in, and I had only hit Discover and Home, and that was it. So you'll see it's still sending, but check it out. Okay, so sorry, Jerry. Did you have more to add?
No, I'm going to work on putting in this moderation into QA and also adding the analytics for the landing pages that I'm adding.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right.
Also, sorry, one more thing too. I don't know if Ismail said it, but that JPEG, for using the JPEG for the video preview, sounds like it's working good. So,
oh,
yeah,
good. So Cloudinary option.
Yep, Cloudinary coming in.
Good. So more simplified and more efficient method then?
Sounds like you're right, Ismail.
Yeah, it was less code and it gave a little bit of a performance boost.
That's always good.
Yeah.
You just got to keep Cloudinary in mind for the multimedia stuff. They got a few tricks up their sleeve.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's definitely something I'll be looking out in the future for. Just a quick question. So kind of working on the the leave and send. Now, when it comes to sending them, so I'm kind of have it where if you create a message and so on, you'll see that modal pop up in different places. Still not finished yet, but I am having trouble getting that leave, or not the leave, the send to work, because the send is in a different file.
Hmm.
So it's like the logic for the alert is in the parent, where the send is in the different file, and it does use a hook, so I can't exactly export it. I would have to create like a custom hook, and I don't know if I want to do that for chat.
I see. Okay,
Because
so
that thing is a huge.
it doesn't want it's like really difficult to send it from that modal, basically.
It's gonna require us to create a hook, a custom hook, and then to use it outside.
Okay, let's do this
So
quicker.
it'll just be a lot of code.
Yeah.
But the thing is, because if you click share or if you try to navigate, we're trapping the user. I can have it say leave or go back.
Yeah,
And when they click
that's
go
what I was
back,
gonna say.
there's like a huge send button right in their face. Like they can't miss it.
Right. It's pink. It's right there. So yeah, let's instead of go back, we'll just say the options will be leave in red, and then don't leave will be the other button next to it. So
Okay.
those are your two choices: leave, don't leave.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that as well.
That'll still work, but as long as that'll apply whether they tap a topic or main chat or back.
Yeah. So it'll apply to all of it, and the thing is, they can't get out of that screen unless they send it. Like it won't let them get out.
If they hit leave, okay. So let's say I hit the main chat, and then I get the modal, and I hit leave. I'll go to main chat.
If you're in the modal, or if so right now you compose a topic. Composing it would automatically put you in there.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm in the topic, yep.
In the topic.
Then,
so if you
and then I try and then I hit main chat before I hit send.
It will tell you, do you wanna leave
or don't leave.
Or don't leave.
But if I hit leave,
it will remove it from the cache. Like it'll make that topic disappear basically.
Will I navigate to the main chat?
Yes, you will after.
I will.
Yeah.
Okay, what if I hit another topic instead of main chat?
Yeah, all those. Like, so what I'm handling is if you click on another topic, if you click on main chat, if you click on share, if you click back on lobby.
Okay, the share one would be tricky, I think. So like, okay, so now I hit the share button before I hit the send button. I get the modal. It says I hit leave, then the lottie plays?
Yeah.
It would? Really? Okay.
Well, that's the goal. I'm still not done.
Okay, cool. That would be good though. That'll handle all the possible scenarios.
Okay. Yeah. So I think because we can't go anywhere, like there's like, oh, like we didn't send, and then they'll look for the send button. It's like, oh, it's right there. We have to click it.
Yeah.
Which I feel also would help them use the app better because they'll know that they have to actually hit that button.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. It's perfect solution to real world scenarios that are happening. So yeah, great.
Also, it can sorry, it's just actually they can probably tell or they can give them the idea, oh, maybe I want to add some more text to it, where they can like add if they didn't type anything.
Yeah, true. I was thinking the same thing yesterday when I was experimenting. I was like, oh, maybe that'll prompt me to actually write something too. So this is kind of a bonus for sure. Okay, cool.
John,
yes.
John.
Remember, we said like two press buttons. Like the count is 2, not 3.
Did we say 2? I see. Okay, that's the answer then. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
I mean, for you, it was like too early. Remember, like how you told me you've been watching sexual days and people didn't really get press on that home button 3 times for a really long time, and we made it to maybe because if you used to use the app, that's why you pressed like the home button twice.
Right.
Time, but like for new users.
They probably wouldn't go as fast. I would, I get what you're saying. They would spend a little more time on Discover and a little more time. Well, so we're doing the second press. So it's really just one press, like the one navigation. It might be a little too soon. This is so tricky because it's just different for everyone. You know, I think because we're not limiting it strictly to the home button, and we're saying any nav bar. Let's go ahead and make it 3, because 3 is almost like 2, because it's on the 3rd, so it's still fast. So I think I'm willing to take I think it'll be more annoying if it's just on the 2nd one, because you really haven't even looked at the app yet on the 2nd press. So will you change it to 3, the 3rd press?
Okay.
Okay, and that still applies to the 3 different nav bar.
Yeah, so discover would be counted, and the chat
Messages.
lobby messages and the home will be
Yeah.
counted.
Yeah, let's go 3. Yeah. Okay.
John, can I drop?
Yeah, I think so. Jerry, do you have anything, or anybody have any questions for Amit?
Can you work on getting those
Yes.
tests put up, please?
Yes, Jerry, it's more right.
And another thing too is looks like AWS is already deprecating, or not say already, but in the next year they're going to be deprecating Node 18. I want to try to get up to 22.
Okay.
So let's start looking to see what we can do to make that happen.
Yeah, I will start working on it.
Got it.
Okay.
John, I have a question. Looking to the logic here. So for the messaging and discover, yeah, we do increment the count, but we don't show me how if it was the 3rd one. Like we do the 3rd one only for the home screen. If it makes sense.
I would like to expand it to any one of those 3 nav bar.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought we replaced the 3 home button presses with this logic. You're saying that logic still exists for the 3 home buttons?
It was 2, and we were doing the counting on like we do the count. So if you press the home button, that +1. If you press the discover, that +1 again, which is 2. And if you press messaging, that's +1, which is 3.
Yeah.
And we did it only for 2. So in your video, you pressed on the discover and the home. So that was 2.
Right.
And I played the latte.
But I thought you were saying we still had, remember the original logic was you have to press the home button 3 times. Are you saying that is still?
Oh yeah, no, that's not there. It's like
okay.
It's like combined, like all of those combined.
Yeah, that's good. That's better. All of them combined. So there's really 2 components to the logic. You have to press any one of those buttons combined 3 times, or 5 minutes. Is that right?
4 minutes, and like
4 minutes, yeah.
3 in total. It doesn't matter whether it was the home, the discover.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, 3 in total. They all add up. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Okay. Yeah, that should be good balance.
And whatever the button of those that was on 3, it will trigger.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And then whenever you're on the start the convo part of it later on, let me know when you want to. Let's look at it before your PR. Let's just go over the final summary of it when you're ready.
All right. Yeah, but I still have to finish the stuff then to move this move there.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. I want to work with Chantel and Danny Todd here for a minute on that share link. Maybe Chantel, if you could share Figma. Let's take a look at some options of how we could place that share link. And for everybody else, if you wanted to drop off and work offline, that's fine. we'll stick here with some design stuff.
Okay.
Cool. All right, guys, looking good.
Yep. Got another thing we could probably remind to look into in the future. Uploading images, like profile images and trust tip images. We may make sure we down the road we do the direct upload for that too.
The asynchronous.
Not necessarily the asynchronous, but how we're uploading the photos to Cloudinary from the front end instead of just sending the images to the back end and letting the back end upload it.
Oh, why are we?
That's just what it's been doing since day one. There's no reason behind it.
Is it how much of a performance hit are we talking there?
Depending on load of the backend, I mean, it could take a second or two to upload to Cloudinary per image. I mean, these are the same performance that we made in chat for the direct upload.
Okay, I see. So,
I mean, we're using an optimistic response anyway, so it probably doesn't even matter. But
okay, that is true. So the user doesn't slow down.
Right.
I see. But this would be a better way then.
Yeah, we may need to think it out and make sure everything goes in fine and that we have everything going in the right folders. But something to keep in mind for the future.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's keep that in mind for sure. We'll bring it back when there's a good opening.
Yep. Cool deal. All right. I'll let y'all know when moderation's ready as SNQA and y'all could go put ugly things or something. I don't know.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thanks, Jerry.
Talk to you later. Bye.
See ya.
I found a crash bug in the new build.
Okay, where?
If you search, and I haven't reproduced this in another category yet, but I was looking for lawyer recommendations because Bowman, I think, shut down. The email bounced back. So if you go to the map and you search a category like lawyer, and you add the pill, and then go search it again, it white screens, it crashes. Actually, just white screens. It doesn't technically crash.
You did recreate it or no?
Well, yeah, I did it times, but I haven't done it with a different category yet. I'm sure it will happen.
Okay.
So filters tab, type in a category. Oh, it crashed the first time. This time.
So the filters tab on the map screen?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. Okay. I wonder how long that's been there. I bet that's been in there for a while, maybe. Try going back a few builds and see.
It's interesting. It doesn't happen every time. I wonder what the trigger is.
Perhaps certain categories?
Yeah. Dang, now it's like I did it 3 times in a row. Now it's flawless all of a sudden.
Did you record it one of the times?
There we go. I got it again. I can reproduce it.
We'll record it just in case.
Yeah. I think I have it recorded from last night. Yeah.
Well, let's do this real quick, and then as soon as one of our Brian guys is available.
All right, I got the conveyor back.
Okay. Actually, give me 1 minute. I'm grabbing a little food. 1 sec.
I'm gonna drop for now. Ping me if y'all need.